Mama wakwaba wafreme ajua searching mesrel na wa subscribe to my channel. Mia notification bell also for more news.
By sad tribal comment, the MP back on irresponsible one on so Akasa say no. What is his name?
Honorable member of parliament. Definitely.
He's an honorable member of parliament.
Yeah, so
but who is His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo? Our president. But they have the right and they have the moral right to disrespect him, right?
That's not fair.
That's not fair. So if I say some people are irresponsible, you see, one might not be irresponsible, but after the person makes an irresponsible and a sarcastic comment, you see, then they see him behaving, they have this impetuous behavior that one cannot understand. You get my point? Omukasa anyhow. There's a problem. Majority of the affected people come from Volta region. We understand. Me, my father, he has word map, Ghana map. Do you understand Ghana map? Maybe Papa or Mao or Obi or Damangoha or Obi Upper East or Obi Upper West or Obi of Volta. Volta and Kwame we are 4 from Volta region. You understand? So when I'm making certain comment as a politician, I mean, may a bit circumspect in the things that I put out there. The Fogomashi Kasa anyhow, she made the same comment last year. And they are they are seeking for re-election. It's Omo Kasana Omon Crofone who say Omuna ye and Yansa Kraka or region ho and Omuna bet me a leading constituency. No. But the question is Omuli the constituency no a dear no Matimia Yama region. No. That's a problem. Problem is wrong with JDM You get my point. JDM was it even in the news?
Yes.
We came from Bole. It was in the news. And I had valuable and we were in Bole, his hometown, where he come from. You were 30 years, right? So it means that 30 some years back when you were not born. I'm not trying to disrespect you. For friends, the conversation said, with all due respect, let me put this across. Those times when you were not born, the people of Bole were listening to radio and watching TV from Cote d'Ivoire and Togoland. When he was the deputy communications minister, became a minister, somebody who has been a church member, why did you call this thing? Why a youth choir, why a youth member, whatever, assemblyman. Wabedi deputy communications, wabedi deputy what do you call it? Wabedi substantive minister, wabedi friend is deputy vice president, wabedi president ankasa. A dear pa na usi Bole and na former president John Mama Yama Bole Krono. We were here prior to 2016 elections, and yet Fufusu Solar Road, Fufusu Solar. So John Mama when he come. When they applied the road, was he comfortable? Was he okay?
It wasn't like it's better now.
What is better? Do you know what they used to, construct that road? Green Bookum. Do you know latrite? Have you been in a construction before? Do you know latrite? You don't know chippings.
I do.
You know chippings. Do you know bitumen? Black water and I had the first one. They only applied latrite. No more the chippings. Kakrebi gusu. No more the bitumen gusu. No more chapa green book. Shem. You see, Ghanaians, we are not fair to ourselves. And former President John Mahama or Bani Kroma, or say Komu ye barricade. He cannot even cross. He has a lot of answers to give Bole people. Etikaya Kasakwa NDC. They don't have any moral right to even talk. But glory be to God, the Yegu party, no? 60% is gone. 2024, we are done with them. You know why I'm saying that? Look at Niyama Yaye Ghana as an MPP. Niyama Yaye, even in the midst of COVID, still not impuntuduma ye kasa ye beyeno na ekoso. Do you know, say, former President John Mahama time, and omo na COVID by and kenti aye bonkomo. Konwan kasa kran kontiase, kene waya albatross on the neck of NDC. So say contest BMI, yes, I am force. Omo de neighbor, omo creative and presumptive leader. As if there's no leader in NDC.
But they don't. Anyway, we are here today to talk about the work of the government and what the MPP has done in the last 7 years. Every reasonable person will know that this government, even with all the things that we have gone through, all the shocks that the whole world has gone through, that the NPP government and Ghanaians have not been spared, has done very, very well. So you asked me about my impression about what we have done. Moving here, coming here to the Savannah region, moving around, at least the upper west, Savannah, and how many regions did we even do? 5. We've done 5. No, I'm talking about Dr. Baumia with Dr. Baumia. We started from Bono. I mean, the latest one. We started from Bono East. And remember, Bono East is a new region. Savannah is a new region. And when you look at the levels of development, it is not what we want yet, but it is a process. These 2 regions, at least these 2 new regions, I'm from Bono, I'm from Wenchi. So I have seen the level of improvement that has come into our lives and into the lives of these people, the infrastructure. I got to Damango here. The last time I was here years ago, and there's so much improvement. Of course, for the people of Damango decided to vote an NPP MP, Honorable Abujinapo. They've done well. It tells them that the NPP does well when you give us the power. So if you're asking about my impression so far, my impression is that the NPP has done well. Yes, we have hit the snag along the line, but we are coming out of it. If the NDC had been in power in Ghana during these times, the past 8 years and 6 years that we've been through trouble, we would have sold Ghana.
Accountable. So the president is doing everything. The government is doing everything. VRA, NADMO, to make sure we bring reprieve to the people who have been affected. Quite an unfortunate instance, but we are doing everything. We have an interministerial committee overlooking the whole issue to make sure we can solve it. People have mooted the idea that maybe they should be relocated, but the people there, are saying that no, they want the water to recede so they can keep their lands. I'm also happy to announce that the Minister of Agriculture has committed $40 million to revive the farms, etc., that have been destroyed. So government is doing everything from all angles to ensure that we bring life back to the people in the affected communities. Then also to talk about IMF. We all know that we've gone through some economic challenges, and fortunately we went to the IMF for support. The first tranche came in May. The second tranche is supposed to come in November. The IMF and the ministry did a joint press conference to announce to the people the process thus far. And so far, so good. We've seen a decline in the inflation rate. We've seen a decline in petrol prices. We've seen stability of the cedi, etc. Even projected growth rate. We've seen it grow far beyond what we expected. And we've also are engaging the external creditors to ensure that we get some haircut on our external debt to give us more room to be able to operate. So on the IMF score, government is doing everything possible to ensure that, God willing, next month, the second tranche will come in to further shore up our reserves. Once our reserves are properly shored up, you see the cedi picking up even more on that score as well. And then lastly, the government is also working on the Planting for Food and Jobs Phase 2. As you know, the first part of the Planting for Food and Jobs was subsidy-based.